All right, let's cut the crap and get right down to it. Do you need an external light meter for your film photography? No, but watch the video and let me tell you why. Well, there's a lot of ways to get around having an external light meter. Number one, you can use your DSLR. Now, you might not want to bring your DSLR along, but there are some other options too. You can use apps. These apps are pretty good. Now, truly, the apps kind of give you an average reading, and if you go with that, and maybe you shoot one stop up and one stop down with your film camera, you're going to come away with a pretty good image. The bottom line is you don't necessarily need an external light meter. There's still a workaround. Now, if your film camera already has an internal light meter, this is the real advantage of that. When conditions are changing and you're bouncing around and you have to think quick, having an external spot meter, yeah, it's great. You got to fiddle around with it a little bit, and it's giving you a 1 degree spot, so it's not really an average. To take an average, you have to take a few readings and then basically hit the average button. And yes, there are other meters and ways that you can do that, but it is a little bit cumbersome. But the point is, with a film camera that already has a light meter, I mean, it's giving you an average reading. And when conditions change, the light's coming and going, and you need to think quick, it's nice to have that meter in your camera that you can use instead of fumbling around with a spot meter. Even with large format photography, I mean, you can still use your DSLR, you can use an app, you can still get a reading. You don't necessarily need to shell out $500 for a meter. Although I will say, for large format photography, if you've invested all this money in the camera and the film is expensive, you definitely want to get the best exposure possible. So if anything, it does make sense for that more than anything else. One thing you'll hear a lot is that the spot meter's 1 degree accuracy is super important for measuring the shadows, and the camera, if you're using an internal meter on your film camera, you really can't get that 1 degree. It's more of a general area of the composition. It's a center weighted reading, so which is not bad. But I will say this: if you need to measure your shadows, you can still do it without an external meter. You're just going to have to take your camera and just kind of zoom in, get into the shadows with it, get close to it, so that the shadow area fills the frame, and you'll get a better reading. You'll get an accurate reading. But the point is that you don't need an external meter to do that. Using the tools you already have in the bag, that's probably the way to go, instead of buying an external light meter. If you don't need one, don't buy it. Now, if you're the type of person that likes electronics and likes playing with these things, look, there's nothing wrong with that. I like those things myself. And if that's the case, well, then by all means, go out and buy a spot meter, or a light meter, and experiment and have some fun with it. But do you absolutely need it, especially for a camera that already has an internal meter? No. And I'll tell you, and like I mentioned earlier, when it comes to kind of running and gunning and really getting the shot, I think it gets in the way more than anything. Well, if you think I'm wrong, let's have a discussion about it. Leave me a comment, and I reply to all comments, and I'll get back with you. And who knows, maybe I missed something. But the bottom line, yeah, do you need an external light meter? No, there are workarounds, much cheaper options, and I've used a few of these apps, and they are pretty good. So I think you can get away without it. And certainly, I wouldn't say I would buy a spot meter, or a light meter, before I drag my DSLR around certainly with my Pentax 6.7. But and maybe your camera, maybe if you have a Pentax 6.7, if you don't have the Prism that has the light meter, is it worth it? Yes, this light meter is fantastic. And I when I use my light meter, I compare it to the reading that I'm getting in my Pentax 6.7, and 99% of the time, if I'm metering it correctly, it's pretty spot on. And this morning, when I'm out here in the light, the conditions were changing, I found that my meter was not needed as much as I thought. I really counted on the camera's meter to get the shot. And like I mentioned, if you're unsure if you're going to get it, and with film photography, maybe a little overexposure is better than underexposure, but shoot one up. And yeah, it costs you an extra frame, but at least you're going to get the shot, and you don't have to shell out $500 for a meter either. Regardless, if you still want an external light meter, I would suggest shopping on eBay. In fact, I made a video about buying stuff on eBay, specifically camera gear, and I'll link that in the end in the video description, but check that out. But that's a good source. Another great source is try some local camera shops. Chances are one of them sitting on a meter, and they probably had it for a couple years and they'd like to get rid of it, and you might be able to take it off their hands for $100 or so. So that's also an option. Hey guys, I really enjoy making these videos, and in fact, if there's a video that you'd like to see, drop me a comment and I'll see if I can maybe put something together and make that happen. But don't forget to watch that video that I talked about eBay, and you can watch that right here. See you on the trail.